joining us. To each and every one of you guys, I appreciate you so very much for being a part of our live. And to each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for the likes, the shares, the commentary. I mean, the beautiful commentary that many of you guys are getting. If this is your first time in my live, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRS. As above, so below. We're definitely talking about lunar energy, moon energy. And so to each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for you constantly supporting this platform, learning, growing, commenting, sharing. And me personally, I love the likes. I love the commentary. What's up there, Monique 444 Cancer in the house? What's up, Jeremy in the house? And this is definitely a day of opportunity, a day of creating opportunity. What's up there, Chris from Philadelphia, my Sagittarius? When it comes, I'm actually, guys, I'm on vacation this week, so y'all know I'm gonna be doing the most this whole entire week to get stuff done. What's up there, Shamari, my Cancer from Chi-Town? Appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. I'm going to be my Fedifun Elegua, my Fedifun Elegua. Also, what's up there? All right there, my Boaz. I gotta get you to chime in. What's up there, Pisces in the house? And appreciate each and every one of you guys. Those that do have this Elegua talisman, this is going to be a great day for you to utilize this talisman. I'm going to be working this talisman with roll opener. Burn some of this in here. And I also going to be teaching you guys universal laws. What's up, Miss Lady? How you doing, Pisces? Karen O'Brien. Whoa, bam. Oh, these lips done been everywhere right about now spiritually. Keish, my baby Scorpio in the house. Mama Susan. I'm going to get her something else. She's the mother of church, but she ain't supposed to be getting no sugar from the pastor. They call them other kind of relationships. But appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let me tell y'all something. I am so grateful of all the support and the love and the knowledge that we are learning and becoming better versions of ourselves and walking in our godness. And like I said, to me on my platform, today is what? It's your birthday, baby Scorpio. Early live, know that. Well, everybody, if you do not mind, wish my baby Scorpio a happy birthday. It is her day. It is her Scorpio season, but this is actually her birthday. Happy birthday, Keish. We ain't got to worry about you with the birthday sex because you already got the baby, so you done got past that part. What's up there? Got another Scorpio in the house, Deborah. Happy birthday, my Keish. Y'all don't forget to wish my baby Scorpio a happy birthday. That's right. Happy birthday unto you. Yeah. My baby Scorpio. Let's do it. Since I'm doing this, where's my road opening? I've run some of that for Keish on her birthday. Create some opportunities around her business and her success on her birthday. Appreciate that. I love that. Y'all know I like to party. I'm a Sagittarian. Fun is what I do. Praise is what I do, and fun is what I do. But we're gonna learn some stuff today. It is so important to all of you that got my roll opening incense. Those that want roll opening work done, I'm gonna teach it in a universal capacity. And this is something that I want to also. First of all, let me say hello, salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, and to my Oba, to my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Congo, and Palo, Mystic, and Adjays. Now, to each and every one of you, no matter what your particular belief system, whether you're Christian, Muslim, whether you're atheist, universal laws apply to each and every one. And I'm going to explain this because I am one of the areas of my journey is to protect the ATRs in the church and to give many of you guys in this spiritual journey mental and emotional protection and knowledge so that these Christians do not demonize the practice of African tradition. And the reason why I say this is because no matter how much we understand slavery impacted our lives and how a lot of the religions have been distorted based off of trying to enslave the minds of especially melanated black men and women. And it also has ventured off as well into the other ATRs with this mentality. that a lot of people feel justified, especially Christians, to demonize anything outside of what they have learned, experienced, or that they understand. And so to many of them, they're not concerned that Christianity basically plagiarized off of Egyptology. And so Kemetic laws and, those of that diaspora. That's why it was so very important for them to whiteify the Egyptians, and why Cleopatra was being portrayed by a white woman, because if you understood the science behind Thoth and Amun-Ra, because a lot of us that sing that song, Amen, we're really talking to Amun-Ra, but a lot of Christians don't know that, and because we don't want to admit it, but a lot of people in spirituality, especially in Christian church, you basically monkey see as monkey do. You don't ask questions, you don't ask where that come from, you just sing songs, you don't understand where the words came from, where the verbs came from, and you don't realize how much it's impacting your life. And not only that, we like to demean people, whether we want to acknowledge that or not. So any form of demeaning somebody, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, we got character flaws that we need to do better by. You understand? So I have gone through a lot in the church world being a practitioner of the ATR. And I do realize that many of you guys are still in the church, and you have learned, because of the behavior in church, you learn how to hide yourself, and you become a professional at hiding how you feel, how you think, and what you actually believe in. What's up there, Sister Jackie in the house, Tara's in the house? And why this is important when it comes down to the ATRs, because it's one thing when our ancestors hid their religion and their spirituality so they would not be punished by the oppressors. It's another thing that now that we are in a space in the age of Aquarius, that we are walking the freedom of thinking, that we are still hiding, and we are still ashamed, and we also demonize other people. And this is something that they don't like me to tell. Like, I know a lot of these pastors out here, and I'm going to say some stuff, because when y'all get in these churches, y'all amen and jump to a lot of stuff that y'all be doing. Whether it's sexual, whether it's, and that's why I didn't think I was going to make it on TikTok. Whether it's sexual, whether it is about gambling, whether it's about sleeping around and cheating and whatever. And we'll get in these churches and we will amen stuff, and we be the very one doing it. So we have learned how to be professional hypocrites and put on. And so in order to be real, I put a post on my Facebook, I think the other day. I said, when I realized that I was calling you fake, but then I came to the conclusion you are being real by being fake, because that's the only behavior that you know. They have taught you and trained you, and you really don't know how to be real. You don't know how to walk in your authentic energy, your frequency and vibration. And I get on these platforms and I share so much information from a very personal space and things that I go through, even being born with the gifts and talents I have, and why some of you don't see how important it is that somebody is becoming a living sacrifice, so some of you could actually have a true identity, a true divinity, a true purpose and fulfillment, and not being out here carbon copies of some other fake person. Some other person that is not, they're putting on front. I don't do that, and I don't have to, because I walk in my true energy. I walk in my true, don't matter if I'm Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Christianity, whether I'm Kabbalah, whether I'm a mystic or Ajay, it don't matter, because I am still true to the core of who God created me to be. And that's important when it comes down to magic. So my subject tonight, this afternoon, I'm so used to talking at night form, is Elegua the magical locksmith in the ATRs. Okay? In the natural. Did I say, hold on. Hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you. Whether you are watching now or you'll be watching later. I'm going to explain something. Why the church, and I'm expressly to the Black African American church, that we have gotten in these pulpits and preached against the very thing that we receive help from. Now, it is one thing that the people in the congregation is ignorant, It is another thing that then when the preachers are in the pulpit, that they're not ignorant, but they preach to keep you in a space where you're not doing what you need to do. And so therefore they will have some type of superiority over you, not because of the position that God has placed them in, but a lot of people cannot function and grow when other people are walking in their light. Like, I'm not a person that is jealous and envy of other people's talents, gifts, and ability. But that ain't everybody. And so, therefore, I don't mind other people operating their energy. What I do mind is people being disrespectful and not following direction. But being jealous of somebody developing and having a skill or a talent, that ain't my thing. Okay? Because I believe it all works together for the good of them that love the Lord. So that's my personal belief. But we're going to be talking about some things today. And it doesn't matter if you're intermediate. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner. It doesn't matter if you are advanced. It doesn't even matter if you just on the side looking and trying to have an understanding. Sometimes people cannot explain because they only receive. It's like a child being in a house and being taken care of. They cannot explain how they're being taken care of. They just on the receiving end. When you are the giver, that's why the Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive. You can explain how you got the resources, what you had to go through. Anybody that is out there in this social media platform that is a giver, understand that before you can get something out of the refrigerator, somebody got to put it in the refrigerator. Before you can open up the cabinets and get anything out of the cabinet, somebody had to put it in the cabinet. So a giver is also a what we would call a sorcerer. They are the source of the things that people receive. Okay? And so when it comes down to magic and energy and frequency and vibration, a lot of us, boy, that I appreciate these people coming in. It really helps my algorithm. It's getting up there. So when it comes down to spirituality, it is so important that people in the church understand that we have to understand the mindset of our ancestors. And then once we understand why they did, so I'm going to repeat this little parable. I said this years ago, and I said it here and there. But this little girl was talking to her mother. And in talking to her mother, she was asking her mother why she cut the end of the ham. And so she said she didn't know. She did it because her mom did. So she called her mom and asked her mom why she cut the end of her ham. And she told her she didn't know. So she ended up calling her mom. And when she called her mom told her the reason why she cut the end of her ham because her pan was too small, and so therefore she cut it to fit in the pan. And the same thing when it comes down to spirituality. A lot of times we are not realizing people, sometimes because of economics, sometimes because of oppression, because of situation and circumstance, people do things in hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, or these ATRS because of their situation. But they're not doing it because that's the way to do it. They're doing what they got to do. And there's a difference when somebody doing magic based off what they got to do, and then when you can do it the correct way. Now, when we cut corners to save time, it is not because we don't know the proper way of doing things. Versus you think the way they cut corners is actually the way that you do it. When you don't have what is you need and you understand the substitute, but the only way that you learn those works and those prayers and those spells is based off of what somebody did, what they had to do, and you really don't know the proper way of doing or venerating your ancestors or your eguns and of this nature. And let me tell y'all something. A lot of Christians do not know this. They got upset with me because I was at the cemetery. Any man or woman that is calling on the name of Jesus is venerating the dead. In your Bible, it says he's the first one from the dead. Don't tell me it's different. It's the same thing. Whether you are celebrating his birthday, veneration. Whether you are doing communion, veneration. This is why I bring it to people's point, because a lot of times you think you have a right to demonize the veneration of another practice because they're not using the term or the name that you're utilizing, but you're doing the same thing. Okay? And then you bring offerings to the altar of Jesus, right? The same thing we do when we venerate our ancestors or our Eguns or our Rishas or any or our Loas or whatever. There's altar or place of meeting. That's all the altar is, a place of meeting, right? And so therefore you, as the pastor, tell the congregation, bring your offering to the altar. You understand? And so therefore you receive the offering and you what? Bless them for the offering they get. You're doing the exact same thing, to a dead man that you call the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, a God without beginning and a God without end. And then you turn around and demonize out of ignorance and sometimes willful ignorance about somebody else doing the exact same thing, when your same Bible said that we're made in the image of God and that we are formed after the likeness of the Son of God. So therefore, if Christ is worthy to be venerated, then we in the image of the Son should be also worthy of being venerated, especially when we have been baptized, consecrated, and initiated and to walk into these certain paths. So it's not that people either they don't know, but they can't explain because they lack information. And they also do not have revelation because the divine mother or the divine father did not give them to her. So since I am in a position that I'm going to be talking about this today, I am going to open your understanding of why I walk the way I walk, why I talk the way that I talk. And I do realize, especially in country towns or in places where people are economically challenged, that some people just trying to pay their bills. They don't have time to spend and get information outside of what is being delivered to them. And some of these people that are so venomous about satanic worship and demonic worship, they hardly even go to church. That's what get me. Half of these people, if you talk to their pastors or the leaders of their church, they don't know how to give, they don't know how to support, they got issues with the church. So these are not people that maybe demonize you because they're such a devout Christian. They just may demonize you because they don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just like they hate on another woman because they can't dress like them, or they hate on another man because he got a long slong, or because he just because I speak organic truth on my live doesn't make me the devil. Doesn't make me evil. Because I tell a realistic truth that it goes on to everyday life doesn't mean that I'm demonic. And understanding demon energy or dark energy is very different from what Christians talk about. Okay? They like to associate evil with darkness, and that's why a lot of black American men and women are self-hating, because they look at their pigmentation and they deem that as evil. Okay? And that's your prerogative. But me, myself, I know better, and so therefore when I know better, I do better. So we're going to talk about Elegua, Mafedifun, in honor of my head Orisha, Mafedifun Oya, also Mafedifun Ochosi, Minister Mario, son of Ochosi. Also Mafedifun Oshun, also Mafedifun Yemiya, and we're going to be talking about as well as an honor of all the spirit and understanding how to open ways and how Christians do the same thing, right? Let me write this down so I don't forget. And this is why the church world don't like me, because I know the truth and I can explain it. I'm just making a notation so I do not forget. Now, I hope this is helping so far. Now, what we're gonna this is what in Santeria, Lakumi, or Ocha would be considered a Elegua, or some people would say Elegba, Elegbara. Okay, either one of those terms, or the same concept would be true for Papa Legba or Metkafu or Hecate, or any crossroads spirit of creating opportunities and making ways and roads. And so this is the stone. To all of you that work with crystals will understand that an Orisha priest, or in this case my Arula priest and my Padrino consecrated this Elegua for me. The ruler priest did it first, and then they fed this stone for the Ache of Elegua. So why is that important? Now, and this is another stone. Ooh, hold on. This is the other stone that comes along with that. And then I got this is what it's. Hold on. It still has some. This is what it looks like, and then I have more than one. I have one that I got when I got crowned. I got another Elegua, and then I'll receive another Elegua when I receive Babaluaye. Now, let me explain this. And we put candy in there. It's still feathers from the ceremony. They got other stuff in here to protect me from evil and negativity and all that good stuff. And which was done by priests. Okay, now we're gonna start here. Revelation, the 3rd chapter, 7 through 8. And I have the reason why I'm doing this is because in order for us to be effective in these practices, we have to understand symbology. When they did the Bible, they understood that Egyptology understood symbology, and so therefore the Thor or Horus and all these, they were symbol. They weren't people. They were symbols representing the energy of frequency or vibration, Mayat. And so therefore, when this energy is present, and so they realize, so we can create another symbolization of those same energies and create our own religion. This is how we get different religion. Once you understand the energy, then this is like somebody teach you how to make a sweet potato pie. We in the season of the holiday, so somebody teach you how to make a sweet potato pie. Eventually, once you get the blueprint or the template of it, then you can put your own twist on it. You understand? So magic is the same way. You understand? I'm not going to practice Ocha. I'm not going to practice spirituality the way that my elders and my leaders and my tatas and mumbos and any other person I learn from. I'm going to have my own energy. And so therefore, I have to manifest based off my gift, my talent, and what my purpose is. Okay? So I just hope that helped. Revelation, the 3rd chapter, 7 through 8. It says this. And the angel of the church in Philadelphia, Chris from Philadelphia, writes, these things saith he that is holy, which means clean. He that is true, which means real. He that hath the keys of David, the key of David. He that openeth, and no man shutteth, and shutteth, and no man openeth. So this is the roll opener. This is this energy is being spoken about in Revelation. Now, those that understand the key of David also understand that we are also talking about Shango, because David represents the hexagram, which is a 6-pointed star. But in this particular case, we're talking about Elegua. So it says, I know thy works, and behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and thou hast not denied my name. Now, those that understand roll opening, whether you're in Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, or whatever, we put our Liguas, or we put our Eshus, or we put our Papa Legba behind the door. We use the cane. We use things that symbolize these roll openings because we want prosperity and success. That's the concept of that energy of that particular roll opener or Hecate. You place those behind the door. It also opens opportunity, but it also keeps any negativity or ill will. This is why they have to be personally consecrated for the individual. This is why when you receive my particular talisman that was sitting on my Elegua in Ocha, because I have, like I said, I got more than one. This is one that was sitting on there over 21 days, and so it has the shape. Now this one right here is what I work, but this particular Elegua has been consecrated for me from an Arula priest, fed, and then from my Padrino, and so they have fed this for my purpose. So every particular roll opening spirit has to be tailored to the individual. In this particular case, you see why this particular entity has the keys to the door. Now, Elegua, representation of keys. To all of my Christian buddies, I know them for the Sharky. I know them for the dumbfounding. To all the pastors, this is why they talk about St. Peter. That's why St. Peter is also utilized in Voodoo, because he represents Papa Legba. Because Peter has the keys to the kingdom. The keys represent the map. That's why I put Locksmith. The ability of this energy is to open up doors and lock doors. Create opportunities and open roads and close roads. This is why we would burn the road opening with this particular Elegua. Why we would do a blockbuster. If opportunity, or we can bring in prosperity. I can do love incense, business incense. I can do money incense. Is there a specific road opening spirit assigned to the road? Yes, Well, mine. Anything that I make, my spirits are a part of. So, but my thing is, I want you to understand that that's why when you get products from somebody that is actually a priest or a priestess, that whatever role opening spirit, whatever spirit that carries the keys for them, you benefit from the arche or the energy or the frequency. In the church, we say the power. So when we call on Peter, and anytime that you hear a man of God or a woman of God saying, I whatsoever is bound in heaven is loose. I mean, anything that is bound in heaven is bound on earth, and whatsoever loose on earth is loose in heaven. They're utilizing the same concept. The same thing that we do in voodoo. The same thing that we would do in Ocha. Because we're either opening up a road or we're closing a road. Either we're opening up a door or we're closing a door. And so those keys represent also authority. Meaning that Elegua has the authority. This is why this particular Orisha has to be acknowledged first. This is also why Jesus said that Peter, being the Elegua or the Elegba, in that set, or the Papa Legba, this is why Peter is upon this rock shall I build my church. You see the connotation, see the concept that everything you've been saying the whole time, or people have been preaching. Okay, now Peter is the first, right? He's the chief cornerstone. He is the one. He's Cephas. This is why this terminology, and the people that were doing it understood, but because we took a lot of things literal, and because we were ignorant, we had no revelation, we had no enlightenment, we didn't understand the things that we're saying. But every time you say, I bind something, you're doing a roll closing spell. Every time you say, I loose, every time you say you lose something, I loose something into somebody's life, or loose, trying to say, you're doing a roll opening spell, or a roll opening working, or roll opening. It's the same concept, because when you have the authority, when you have the keys to the kingdom, or the keys to the roads, or keys to the opportunity, you determine what comes in and what goes out. The veins also represent that as well. Everything flows through the veins. That's why it says Elegua, or these particular spirits, have many paths, because they also represent the veins in the body. And I know you don't know this, so don't get on your lives, don't get on the social media and try to pretend like you knew how to connect these dots. But I am tired of the ignorance of Christian people demonizing the ATRS, because they themselves lack understanding of the concept of the Bible. And the Bible is nothing but a book of astrology and symbology and a spell book. Because if you're going to say that it's God's word, that means you say it's an invisible spirit that gave the revelation for the Bible. So therefore, you have to utilize it in a spiritual context. So let me go on to the next scripture. Matthew, the 7th chapter, 7 through 8. There's 2 scriptures with 7 through 8. Might be some numbers. I don't know, y'all. Just throwing that out there. We win how we win. So you go on Matthew, the 7th chapter, 7 through 8. It said, ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For every one that asks receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. So here is roll opening. While we were doing that, first of all, he holds the keys. Elegua holds the keys to all communication to the Orishas, right? So now this is where Christians mess up, and I'm gonna do this just to help you understand why sometimes you have blockages when it comes down to prayer. Okay, first of all, most Christians that demonize what we do pray to Jesus wrong. First of all, Jesus never told, there's nowhere in the scripture that tells you to pray to Jesus, Yahshua, the Emmanuel, whatever you want to call that particular energy. Never told you to do that. He said, anything that you ask of the Father in my name, that will he do. And then he said, I go and sit at the right hand of my Father and make intercession in the behalf of the saints. That's what he said. Because he is a connector, he's a key to the manifestation. So every time is there anything you ask the Father in my name, his name is the key to get the Father to manifest. But that's not how Christians pray. They pray directly to Jesus, and they learn that prayer life, or that stream of prayer. That's like going in the house through the window, or going in the house through the back door. And because you say, you know what, oh, I got in. It's not, you're not doing it correctly. And the people that are teaching you about prayer and understanding the communication, now, the same way that Yahshua said, ye are gods. Now, what black people don't like about me is because I walk in my divinity. I walk in my authority. I walk in the knowledge of my illuminated Ori, okay? So, now that I understand that Elegua, like Peter, has to be fed first. The same way in voodoo, Papa Legba or Metkafu has to be, you cannot communicate with the other Loas outside of Papa Legba. The same concept. Okay? Jesus Christ being the what? The mediator. The one that goes between the Father and you. Elegua, same thing. Papa Legba, same thing. That same connotation is out there. And the reason why a lot of people don't understand the concept about the locksmith, because you don't understand that a locksmith don't have to have the key to your door. The locksmith is trusted by the state, in our case, the state of Florida, that person is able to get the combination to any lock. I'm going to say it again. When you have the master key that unlocks all doors, do I have my book over here? In the sigils, there's a master sigil. Chastity said, I love it. There's a sigil that ruled by the moon where you can unlock any door, but that is a key that a person has to prepare for you, and that allows you to go through any situation or circumstances. But when Christians don't know what they're doing, they'll be the very one to tell you, oh, what you're doing is demonic, but they literally themselves are doing the same thing. So even in Revelation, it talks about that key being able to open any door and shut any door, okay? And so therefore, when you understand the key of David and what the key really represents, what's up there? Tyrell in the house. So when you think about spirituality, and when you as a grown man or grown woman are out here and there's opportunities that you can't get through, it's because you don't understand which key to use. And so therefore, just like many of us, we got more than one key. But a locksmith don't need your key. I'm going to say that again. A locksmith don't need your key because they are trusted by the state. They have to, what they call it, you have to be bonded. So the same thing when it comes to us that go through these different rituals and relationships with the deity. We have to be bondable. We have to be trusted that we can have access to open up certain doors in people's lives, and that we ain't going to go in your house and rob you. You understand? See, these deities and spirits and gods are not going to give you that kind of access if you're going to utilize that access into people's lives, those gifts into people's lives, and go and rob them, steal from them, or lock them out their own house. You know, God did not give me this power to close your roads because you don't like me. God didn't give me this power to close your roads because you don't agree with me. No, if you go out your way to hinder my success, then I can use that power because that's justified. But the reason why I want to bring about the locksmith is that the Elegua is an Orisha that had to go, was actually Eshu, which is the dark aspect of the divine energy. And so that particular Orisha had to go through a process to become crowned and to also receive offering as well. And so therefore, like Christ had to go through and he said, prepare me a body. It's that same concept with Elegua. All Christianity did was steal stories from other African deities and made their own. That's all they did. But the thing about what I love about spirituality, it doesn't matter if the character is not real. The principle is real. Huh? Just like when we hear the story about the little boy that cried wolf, or Santa Claus. We know Santa Claus ain't real, hopefully. I hope that y'all know that Peter Cottontail ain't real, but the concept of giving in springtime, that's real. So storytelling was a way to teach about energy and frequency and vibration. And when you start respecting that energy, when you start respecting that ashe, whether it is coming through Ifa, voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Christianity, whether you're a Muslim, when you understand road opening, when you understand opportunity, when you understand the importance of communication, a lot of us stress because we're not good communicators. Yes, we can yell. Yes, we can scream. I know that when I make a petition and I set that petition and I ask Elegua, or if I ask Papa, Legba to do something, or I ask Metkafu, I know that they have, just like a lawyer or just like a delivery man or woman or a mail carrier, they have to carry that mail to that particular entity, and then they have to act, that has to be either approved or denied. We think communication to spirit is a yes. No, you petition with the understanding that God can say yes or no. But many of us, when it comes to magic and spirituality, we think that everything that we offer or give to them is just a yes. It's not. Maybe it's not a no. Maybe it's not now. But the opportunity comes. It said, we were always taught, when opportunity comes, be ready. And that's the same thing when you're doing your road opener. Yes, you're asking for opportunities to be open for you, but are you even ready for the opportunities? Because those same opportunities can stress you out. Those same open doors can bring you more pressure in your life than you have the capacity of doing. A lot. So when we work with, this is one of the candles, Elegua, and he's also a warrior. It is also understanding that Elegua is a warrior. Peter, what did he tell Peter? When Peter cut the man's ear off, because Peter also represents this as well, right? So he told Peter, he said, if you live by the sword, die by it. You're going to die by the sword. And so he was teaching Peter how to utilize his spiritual keys. Okay? A lot of times we don't learn how to utilize the very gifts and talents that was already given to us to create the opportunities for us. A lot of times, especially in Christianity, we are always taught to look outside of self. When you were born, you were given what you need to survive and to make it, and your gift will bring you before opportunity. Reason why I hesitate, hey, what's up, Chantel? The reason why I hesitate, because everybody not meant to be in front of kings and queens, but don't mean you don't have to be successful. Why would you, on Mondays, we light candle, a white candle to Elegua to give light to that spirit of communication to our ancestors, communication to our gods, the same way we allow Legba to communicate to our ancestors. It's all about communication. But I think that we fail in this magical practice because we think, because we're asking for something, that it is going to be what we want. Now, as we give offerings and we are in alignment with our spirituality, then we get a lot of the things we ask for, because you should not be asking for anything outside of your destiny. You're Cuban? No, I'm not Cuban. I'm an American black man, sexy and delicious. I think that when you understand that you have somebody fighting for you, and especially those that sent their donation for the $100, especially with Elegua, it is a warrior, but it's also a communicator, and teaching you how to commune with your ancestor. And stop going into it saying what you want, instead of saying, okay, you're here to help guide me. And a part of you being successful is making better decisions. I think that the worst thing that most people do out here is they don't realize that making decisions is a part of magic. And if you're going to make a decision to sit down, but you're asking for opportunities to open up for you, it's not going to work. And neither are they going to do it, because they see you sitting down. It is easier to help somebody that is helping themselves. I'm going to say that again. If you want to do road opening work, or blockbuster work, or any of these stuff, it is easier naturally and spiritually to help somebody that is already helping themselves. Now, once you get your harvest, it takes wisdom to know how to apply that harvest so you benefit for that harvest for a long time. That ain't what we do. This is the colors of the Orisha. I'm a crown priest. And this is another thing, and this is a perfect example. Depend, and this is, I'm glad you said that, when people come from different places, regions, and geographical settings, they look at magic and spirituality based off of their background. And sometimes it's not meant to be disrespectful. That's what they see, they respond based off of what they have been accustomed to. And I brought that up to say Christian people in the black church do the same thing when it comes to magic. You immediately try to assign terms to the things that you see other people do. Now, I do realize that you think that everybody that practices the ATR is doing what you call evil. The same way that you think that every preacher that's in the pulpit is lying and sleeping around. It's a perception. It doesn't make it true. And in order to diffuse the ignorance and also start celebrating your African heritage and your melanin and your melanated brothers and sisters, you have to understand how a lot of the ways that you think have caused issues and problems for you to actually open up opportunities for you because of how you see life and any spiritual practice. Not just what I practice or what somebody else practices. If it's not what you are accustomed. Some of these same people that demonize what I'm doing will go to another church and have a problem with how the other, in the same Christianity. It could be in Kojic, it can be AME church, it could be a Pentecostal church, and still have a problem how another pastor, male or female, are running a church. So it's not just because it is the ATRs or it is African traditional religion. It is also because the level of ignorance, if it's not done the way that you feel comfortable with, then it's a problem. And let me tell y'all something. People like to stop you from doing what you're doing, especially when they're doing stuff that they ain't got no business doing. What's up there, Leon? Lions. I think I said Lion. Antonio Lion. Thank you. Blessings to you as well. This is the when we work with road opening workings, you have to have a plan. You have to have a vision for your life. You have to have a strategy by which the opportunity of that you talking good, sir. Thank you so much. To give an opportunity, whether you work with St. Peter, and especially Catholic people and Catholicism, they work with the saints. They understand the energy and the symbolization of that energy behind that particular saint, and therefore they petition that saint. It is just us, because, and I give you the grace because of slavery and the level of ignorance over 500 years. That's a long time to be ignorant. It's a long time to self-hate. It's a long time to be disempowered. It's a long time to be struggling for opportunities, and I get all of that. But at the same time, now that we are in an age of Aquarius where there are men and women rising up and teaching the truth, and I'm actually doing this for free because you're not going to be able to see it. You don't have eyes to see. You don't have ears to hear. All you know how to regurgitate what you heard some other uneducated pimp tell you in a church. These people cannot tell you this. These people cannot show you this. Half of these preachers, that church is a business. Y'all got to understand that. That's why I don't join their associations. I don't get involved because I understand what they are doing is very, very different than what I'm doing. I do ministry. They running a business. They see people as a way not to go to work. I have a job. I'm a UPS driver. I'm almost 29 years in there strong. I got a 401k. I got stocks. I'm not out here looking for the church is in my name. The credit cards is in my name. The lights are in my name. The internet's in my name. Not the members. Not the board. Not the other people. I'm not a hired servant. You understand? So therefore, a lot of times when people looking at what I do and how I do it, you can't do what I do. Even in the areas that these people are talking about me, especially in Wabasa, I think that Pastor Marlene is, it could be changed by now, but Pastor Marlene is the only person in that city that actually own the ministry. The rest of them people, they don't own those ministries. All them people out there bragging on these pastors, they don't own them churches. They cannot wield those ministries or churches to their children. They don't own those. They are hired. That's no different than a whore that's hired for a couple of hours. And when the hour, long as they paying them people gonna preach and whatever do that they do. They are hired, they are sanctioned, they are installed, and they are there to follow. They ain't there to follow God. They're to follow the rules and regulations of that particular diaspora, whatever that may be. Me, I am truly led by the spirits, because I don't answer to those people. I answer to IRS. I answer to the state. I answer, the people that I got to pay to exist, because I'm a nonprofit, and that's different. Those people out there arguing, having issues with me, they know they can fire their pastor. Only thing the people in my church can do is leave. That's all they can do. They can't pick up no chair. You ain't buy no chairs in there. You can't take up no Christmas tree. You can't take nothing off the wall because you ain't bought shiggity. You can't take the microphone. That's why I don't like people buying I like people giving and supporting what I do. But you know how black people do. When they get mad, they want to they'll take the light bulb out the ceiling fan. They get petty. So to keep trouble down, I try to minimize what people do physically, because I understand that when you come down to success, you have to be in a position like Peter, like Elegua, like Papa Legba, that you stand your ground because you are the cornerstone of that said religion. Okay? In Palo, it would be Lucero Mundo. Would be the same concept in Palo Miambe. Lucero Mundo would be the same thing. Right. Yeah, the light bulb chastity. So when we do this, we feed. When you hear or use the word feed, it is no different than church. We in the church anointing somebody or something with oil. When we feed in the stone, it's no different than you consecrating the altar, consecrating spiritual tools. Some people use crosses in the church. Some people use chalice in the church. In the more economically challenged, economically advanced churches, they have more to work with because of the resources. But most ethnically black churches, they don't have a lot to work with because they barely paying the mortgage or the rent or whatever they're doing. And so a lot of those they don't have a lot of finances. So they don't grow up seeing a lot of things that could go on if they had the money. Most of our churches don't have libraries. But when you go to Catholic church, they got library, synagogue, they got playground. You could not even imagine what the capacity of what a St. Peter or an Elegua or what a Lucero Mundo or what a Papa Legba could do for your life. Because most of people that walk in their spirituality, they're financially and economically restricted. So they don't have access. And the great thing about social media is, I don't care how broke you is, they got a library for free, or internet is giving out a lot of information, especially TikTok. Because there's a lot of people sharing information. But it should eventually start with you investing in your education so you can stop walking around here demonizing and realize how silly you sound when you say that. Me wearing this is no different than me dressing up for Sunday school or going to church or going to work. Me wearing a uniform to go to UPS. I don't wear this to go to UPS. I have a uniform. Or a waitress or a waiter. Or somebody going out to an event. A ballroom gown. All of these represent the energy which you are interacting with. Same thing when it comes to Crossroads. You got to know the energy that flows through those intersections. A lot of these people be telling y'all, go out there into the Crossroads. What kind of energy flows through those veins? No, you just out there throwing You don't know if they use that to do a lot of dirty work out there or curse work out there. And let me tell y'all something. Let me talk to the Christians a moment. Y'all the biggest people that like to curse people. Y'all curse y'all children. Y'all curse y'all husband. Don't tell me about nobody in no other religion when out of your mouth spews evil. Every time you turn around, oh, she gonna get hers. Oh, they gonna go down. Oh, that's all right. God gonna humble you. All them curses, baby. Oh, you ain't got to give it to, but God gonna fix you. Them curses. Christian people curse people all the time. All the time. Every time you turn around. If it ain't their children, it's their man. Huh? I'm so sick of you. Curses. Calling people names, those are curses. Ask anybody, ask me. You say I'm a conjurer and I'm doing this stuff. I ought to know what you're doing. I'm telling you what you're doing. You're doing the very thing, and then when negativity come in, you act like somebody's sinning or praying against you when it's only your words that you speak negatively about people, places, and things around your life that's manifesting. You the one curse your house. You the one, I'm so sick of this dough. I'm so sick of this refrigerator. I'm so sick of this stove. I'm so sick of these windows. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of my knee. Oh, my leg is killing me. All right, keep it up. And when your leg take your ass out of here, don't look at me talking about I put roots on you. So tobacco is one thing that we utilize. So if you have one of my Mosfetti Foon, these are only $100. But you would have to cash app me the $100. And if you are a client, I got your address. But if you're not a client, you have to put your address in there. But Elegua with the concept, Eshu Elegbara is master of force. So this is a powerful deity. This is a powerful energy, a powerful frequency. And if you're in a Christian church, this is why, or Catholicism, this is why they use St. Peter. He is represented and also very, very powerful. Okay, so what we would do is we would use red palm oil, but I'm not already. This has already been fed, so I'm just putting energizing. And I have candy in here. Now, the reason why we use tobacco, because tobacco is ruled by Mars. Tobacco energizes. Mars is for about force. About if my Elegua was opening roads, and after a period of time, the energy, refreshing the energy. There's certain things that we do to refresh the energy. We in the church we call it revive us again. It's the same concept. God give me. You hear Christians say, God send me a fresh anointing. That's what they doing, the same thing, but they don't just call it that. They don't. And let me say this too. And I'm giving y'all stuff to deal with Christians. Every other religion other than Christianity know they God. When you ask the average Christian, they're gonna say God this and God that. God is a title. They're gonna say Lord this and Lord that. Lord who? Lord who? God who? There are many gods in all types of universe, many goddesses. Christian people, just like people with don't know who their daddy is. They don't even know. How you gonna ask something to defend you when you just saying you don't know who you talking to? Because you don't study your history and you don't study your relationship. And it's just like, let me tell y'all something. Most Christians are just like, I don't hold a lot in my life. When you hoeing and you ain't about relationship, you don't even care if you know their name. You don't even want to know their name. You understand? Some of y'all whoring spiritually, and the spirit that you trying to hold with don't even know your name. And ain't even interested in getting your name. Because you're not in this for relationship. You're not into this for building bonds. You're not into this for honoring the particular tradition or relationship. You just trying to get what you're trying to get out of it. And so therefore it's like what the Bible says, you go whoring after other gods. It don't matter if you're dealing with the God of prosperity, the God of war, the God of a goddess of fertility. It don't matter with you, because that's how you treat all forms of spirituality. And when you got Christian people, especially ignorant Christian people out here trying to demonize the ATRS, this is why this particular Orisha they always got doors closed. And they always think the devil's blocking them. It ain't them, you the one blocking you. Because how you dishonoring. You're dishonoring the spirit. The energy that rules that particular domain. Every energy, frequency, vibration has been given a jurisdiction. And in every tradition, there's some spirit or deity that represents roll opening. Now, can you do roll opening with your own ancestors? Absolutely. But if you still have to pay for access. In other words, you can still get to your destination, but you would have to get cab fare. Somebody asked me a question. I'm sorry, I had dropped my phone, y'all, because where y'all coming at the bottom. I was out there walking Shango, and he seen a rabbit and took off, and I dropped my phone, and so it cracked. So I'm trying to see what they actually saying. When we work with any role opening spirit, you got to understand why your path. If you're going to quote, a good man's steps are ordered by the Lord, who's that Lord that is ordering them steps? If you're going to get out here and tell God to prosper you in your endeavors and undertaking, you got to stop. You got to ask yourself, what God is you talking about, and what relationship do you have? And most people that claim to be Christian are not even devout Christians. Just like they're not devout. They don't live and breathe that, and they don't live nowhere close to the concepts of their own religion. It's like, how do you take somebody seriously when they don't even live or even nowhere in the ballpark of their own tradition? Half of the people that talk about me wouldn't even talk about me. You know why? Because they wouldn't be judging me, because first of all, they haven't even talked to me. And just because I have power and authority to do the things that I do doesn't make me the devil. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all might not, to all of y'all that claim that y'all want to walk this ATR walk, if that same Jesus that they claim that they are serving, that they are praying to, that the Bible tells them not to do it that way, if that same Jesus showed up in their church, they'll be talking about him just like they're talking about me. They'll be saying he out there raising the dead, out there with Lazarus. Oh, I just seen what they said. Thank you for coming in here helping my algorithm. He out there spitting on the ground. Child, did you see that? Spitting on the ground and get dirt and put that man out. You ain't gonna glorify that Lazarus is healed and out of the cemetery. You ain't gonna be glad that the person received a sight. Because you can't do something. Child, you seen him out there with that man in the graveyard, bound. And then did you see that he told them spirits? He talked to spirits. I'm talking about this same Jesus that these people get up in the pulpit and preach about. They would not allow that man in their church. The same people that demonize and try to use his word and the concept of Christ against you would not accept that same idea, because I'm doing the very works, if not greater works. Because he said greater works I should do. In that same Bible. So do not think because at this time that you are out here and you're trying to get opportunities going for you and your business, that you got to be rooted and grounded in your own personal truth. And you have to have enough understanding of other relationships and religions to be able to function. Because this is the stuff that goes on when you are trying to grow and to develop. So this is why we do right there. So I also, what do I have it? So what I would do, if you have this from me, this Elegua from me, you're going to ask for, and you're only going to be, this is a protector. So you can use Blockbuster with this. You can use Reversal with Elegua because he is a warrior. You can use Stop Gossip because I'm also dealing with people gossiping about me in the area and lying on me. And this is what I don't like about people that like to call us satanic and demons. If I'm the devil, I should be lying on you. Are you going? Yes, I'm doing all my consultations, everything that I got to do. I'm going to be doing it this week because I'm on vacation, y'all. And we're going to get down to business and we're going to do some conjuring. So that's what I'm going to be doing this week. I had to call the job this morning because I didn't even know I was on vacation. I asked him because I so much been going on, I ain't even been able to keep up with that. But we want to work with our talisman and bring in opportunities and communicate with understanding what I'm asking for. Not just asking for blessing with purpose. Not just asking for opportunity with purpose. Not just asking for the road, understanding the road or the path by which you are walking down. Understanding if you're going to run your race down your path, you should not be paying attention to the pathway of another man or woman on their path. You should not be looking over across the fence when you've already asked your Orisha, your Loa, your Nkisi, your Aguns, your ancestors to direct your path. They already have you in the direction by which they want you to go. They already have you working with the individuals that they want you to have working with. This is what happens to a lot of Black American people. You think that you can just jump when you want to jump. It don't work like that. Don't run to another religion or tradition because you think it's more powerful. When you are the power, you are the connectivity to that said religion. Huh? It's not that the woman's tail is sorry. The woman is sorry and she won't work her tail. It's not that the man is ding-a-ling is lazy. It's the man that wields the tool. Life is what you make it. These ATRs are what you make it. If you do not work your reaches, if you don't work your loas, you don't work your gree bags, you don't work your egoons, if you don't put the energy in, you get nothing out of it. If you get information and you get the information and you don't apply it, it does nothing for you. That's why I say my lives are for grown people. That's why this kind of stuff is important. Huh? If church folks want to demonize what I do, then take all your crosses out of the church. Especially in the church, the main people that talking about me and they relatives got a Jesus with a cross, a man on a cross. That's called just judge. That's called the scapegoat. We use that in Ifa. We use it in voodoo. We use it in hoodoo. We use it in Santeria. That emblem that I seen in that church when I went to Vero, and that cross with that Jesus up there, that's called the scapegoat. That's how we call it a just judge. We don't want somebody to suffer the consequence of their action. We use that same cross because it represents the crossroad and it's redirecting the energy. But you got it in your church. Whether you understand what you're doing or not, whether your pastor understands what they're doing or not, people like me recognize the stuff y'all have in y'all church. Get rid of that. That altar you got out there in remembrance of me, get rid of that. Get rid of that. That's conjuring. Huh? Please do not do anything that got to do with drinking the blood and eating the body, your communion, Holy Communion. You got to scratch that, baby. If you're gonna demonize what everybody else doing, you got to get rid of that. And the men got to start wearing skirts again. Because men did not wear pants. Men wore skirts. And they had ponytails. Because if you study history, you'll know where a lot of this stuff come from. And the stuff that we wear now come from Europe. European, not Africa. Huh? African people mean balls to the walls. You know how we do it. So if you really want to go back to your roots and do it authentically, and please, every church need to get rid of this book. That spell book right there, get rid of that. Because your Bible says the words are written in your heart. And you say with the Holy Ghost, you need no man to teach you. But we know you're not going to do that. But that's why I know you know better. And because we utilize information in books and all this other stuff, you try to demonize our book. But the same spells in these other books is in that Bible. And sometimes in the Bible, you can find better spells in that Bible. What's up there, my chocolate from North Carolina, Natasha Fulton? Aquaria. Let me tell you something. We're going to be doing something. I'm on vacation this week, honey. I'm going to be on live and I'm be doing all kind of stuff. Just getting everybody that won't get some work done, gonna get the work done, get my consultation. I'm gonna be working my behind off on my vacation. I know they upset because they know I'm gonna be putting some on their ass through this vacation. These are gonna be a hard 7 days for them. It's a paid vacation too. Always remember, when you use things, they have to represent the energy, but you have to have those energies awakening. You can't just be out here free willy-nilly. Okay? So if you have, somebody sent me something. Hold on. Sorry. Let me see what this is. I don't forget about it. Okay, I got you. Karen O'Brien, I got you with Ancestor. And let me tell you, once you open the gateway for your ancestors to come through, follow instruction, y'all. Don't just be open and feeding your ancestors, and then when the answer comes, you don't want to do right. Don't do that. Don't ask for opportunities, and then don't be there for the opportunities. You know, like, have the mindset that you there to work the vision, so you can have a effective testimony. Road opening and protection. All right, there. I feel you on that one. On a Monday. Let me tell y'all something. When it comes down to spirituality and conjure, there's only so much you can do on your own. And I would tell you, there are things that you can do on your own. But what I do encourage people, find you somebody you can trust and get consecrated tools from them that that is in alignment with what you're doing, so you can benefit from the arche or the energy of that said man or woman. And so it will, in order to have testimonies in a religion, in a belief, you have to have experienced people with those energies. Okay? That's why that's important. But I hope this helped. I hope that it educated the Christian people. Somebody sent me something. It is what I'm going to be doing on these lives. I'm going to arm a lot of y'all with knowledge, because you're going to run into this with Christians. But with black people, they feel like they have a right to disrespect you more than any other race of people. And you have to watch that. You have to watch that. Ma Fedifun Elegua. Ma Fedifun Elegua Bara. Eshu Elegua Bara. I had to look at it, make sure I got it pronounced right. I'm waiting. Somebody has sent something else. I got to wait till it clear. And this is the stuff. Christian people nasty. Christian people are entitled. And they always like to throw Jesus in your face, and Jesus don't know nothing about what they talking about. And some of y'all gonna get that white Jesus ass whoop, messing with some of us of true African melanated descent. Okay? I do realize you have a right, and this is in America, because I'm in Florida, we're in America, we have constitutional right to believe in whatever we want to believe in. Black people, especially black men that are not used to authority, and if they're given a position, they normally overstep because they be feeling their nuts. Don't let some woman or some people, because they cowards, push you up to run up on certain other men out here in these spiritual streets. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm talking to you. Don't let people, do not let people push you up. All you weak men, because that's all you is, because you can't think for yourself. Because another man, I don't have to be in your belief system. I don't have to. I know I want respect as a man, so I'm gonna respect every type of man that's out there, gay, straight, about it. Don't bother me. I'm gonna show respect. But when another grown man don't want to show respect for the sweat or the brow, and like I tell you, people with all this fake love for Minister Mario, when I've been around him almost 13 years, I ain't seen your ass nowhere. All of a sudden now you so concerned. All of a sudden, if you were doing so much, I wouldn't have had me or the church wouldn't have to be doing what we were doing for Minister Mario. If you care so much, they care so much for Minister Mario, they don't even care about his 15-year-old daughter that's out here. They're worried about his grave. They're worried about what I'm doing at his grave, but they're not worried about what's left behind from the grave, which is his daughter. You know that's fake and phony, right? Can we be grown enough to acknowledge that? Anybody pretending that they care so much about a dead person, but you don't care about what came from that individual, it's not real, baby. You can tell me right now what she like to eat. You can tell me right now what she got going on, what she doing tomorrow, I know where she at right now, do you? And if she needs something, she gonna call me. Why she ain't gonna call you? Because you ain't been there. You weren't there for her dad, you weren't there for her. But now you want to take something from a 15-year-old. But it just shows off my Elegua. Any type of ATR, I don't see that happening. Not while I'm breathing in, breathing out. People are pretending that they're doing stuff out of love for somebody else to actually steal from a child. But thank God I'm here. And I'm getting myself in position. And I got a whole week off. So I can go to the courthouse and everything. People in this life will call you the devil and satanic, but they do some filthy things and some underhanded stuff. And nobody wants to acknowledge that you is nasty. You nasty. And it's okay. It's okay. I wish you would. I'm waiting on you. And you're going to find out you're not dealing with Mario. Oh, thank you, baby. I will make sure she get it. I'm going to send it to her right now. She going to like that. This is what I'm talking about. Look, Natasha, what you have sent and bless. Some of y'all don't even realize y'all done sent more money to Chloe than they have, but they claim to love Minister Mario. I love. Where's she at? But this is stuff that I go through. But oh, there you go. I really appreciate y'all's support for my little one. And I know she appreciated it. Oh, I gotta do it right. But that's the stuff that we go through, and there's things happen in life. No, I really appreciate. Oh, I got your order. Yeah, I got your order. Miss Nelson. I put Miss on your name because I say, like Miss Jackson, you're nasty. I like nasty people. I appreciate that. And we do this out of love. We don't do that. It ain't about shaming nobody. It just I don't have time for all the pretend like you care so much. I'm doing the same thing I've been doing almost 13 years. Doing right by people. I don't mind you calling me the devil. I really don't. That don't bother me. What bothers me is what you're trying to take from a 15-year-old child because her daddy did. And you being helped to do that. And you more concerned about a grown-ass person than you as a child. But it's all good. It's all good in the hood. As long as I be working at UPS and making some money, she'll be just fine. And y'all wonder why people pick certain people to defend them in life or death. I hope that somebody, if something happened to me today or tomorrow, somebody be out here looking out for me or looking out for my children or my grandchildren. I hope that I sow a seed where somebody say, you know what, Apostle Ely did right by her. Apostle Ely was good to such and such and such. No, we ain't gonna let you do this to his sons, or you ain't gonna let me do this to his granddaughter. Or the, what go around, come around, y'all. I believe in that. Just cause you can, don't do it. Just cause you think you can, don't do it. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys a little later on today. I got some stuff I got to take care of. Don't we smoke? Yeah. And I'm talking about from me being a person that I didn't even like cigarettes. I ain't smoke reefer. I ain't do none of that. But now, with this religion, if it ain't that, it's the liquor. I'm like, Lord. But it is what it is. All right. But thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys a little later on today. Shamari said, okay, I got you, baby. Thank you, Shamari. I appreciate it. Like I said, anytime that any of you guys, anytime y'all send me something, y'all put Chloe's name on there, I send it right to her. She like, thank you. She started doing this. All right. All right. Ta-ta.